Good morning. We are in Big Bend National Park. We are out on Pine Canyon Road, and I want to show you guys what it takes to get in and out of here. Actually, we came in, we didn't do any filming. It was a little bit late and we were a little bit nervous about getting here. It's not the smoothest road.
No, my stomach was in knots.
So we didn't pull out the camera, but we've been here for a couple of days now, and we're gonna try and get out of here. And I just want to show you guys what kind of rig we got, and what size rig you can bring back here, and what to expect.
We have an Arctic Fox 1150 on a Ford F350 dually, white, the heavy ride. We also have our Kawasaki 300 mounted to the front.
So the biggest issue is going to be with this road is Pine Canyon Road leads into, what is it, Glen Springs? Mm-hmm. Glen Springs. Glen Springs is a pretty good road, but Pine Canyon's got some pretty big rocks. It's narrow. There's a lot of stuff hanging over the road. It's quite narrow. But I think the biggest issue for us is actually on Glen Springs Road. There's a couple of washes that are a little bit steep. Now coming in, we did drag the front of this motorcycle carrier just a little bit, and we drug our trailer hitch as well. Now if I didn't have a camper and was out here four-wheeling, I would definitely take the trailer hitch off, but I'm leaving it on to protect the back of my camper. I'd rather my trailer hitch drag. Now the easiest thing for us would probably be to ride the motorcycle and the truck out, but Kara's never really driven a lot with this camper, so she's not super comfortable with it. So I got everything put together, and we're gonna try and get out of here. Let's go. So pulling out of spot 2 to get out is gonna be kind of a tight turn, but it's not gonna be a big issue. Oh, we're gonna be facing the sun. I don't know how much we're gonna see on it. Cacti. All right, so it's gonna be a long, slow ride. So we're heading towards Pine Canyon 1 right now, and the spots are only a couple of 100 yards apart. But like I said, once you get past 2, spots 3, 4, and 5 are very spread out, and the road really doesn't get any worse, but it's gonna make for a long ride if you're having to go slow with your truck camper or if you're pulling something. As it is, to get to Blacktop now, it's probably gonna take us a half an hour. In fact, it's 9:40 right now. Probably gonna take us a half an hour, and it's only about 3 miles. That's if we don't run into any issues. If I do have to end up taking the motorcycle off of the truck, it'll definitely take us much longer. Now, it's a Monday morning. There's not a lot of traffic on this road, but there is a hiking trail at the end of it. So during the weekend, we did see quite a few people coming up and down this road. Now, if we meet somebody on this road right now, it's not gonna be real fun to try and pass them. Once you get to Glen Springs Canyon, the road is much bigger, and it's gonna be a little bit easier. And I can actually look down right now and see there is somebody coming, so I'm gonna have to try to find a place to pass them.
Where do you see someone?
Way down there. I'm gonna try and film most of this road in its entirety. It's gonna take a little while, but just if any of you guys are curious about what it actually looks like, I'd like to be able to show it to you.
definitely can't beat the scenery.
Oh no. So that's the one thing about these campsites out here on this road. You've got a beautiful view. Inside the campground, you're not going to get nearly a prettiest view. You can see out over the valley towards the mountains there. You've just got an amazing view. And Big Bend is a dark sky park. Out here, you will see things you've never seen before if you've never been in a dark environment. So this is our first little wash. It's the only wash. It's the only wash on Pine Canyon Road, and it's pretty easy, but I did hear my motorcycle carrier scrape just a bit. So I do have a feeling I'm probably gonna have to pull off this motorcycle, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Now this road is hard packed and it is very dry. I have not yet had to put the truck in four-wheel drive. We did pull a camper off and drive the truck out yesterday and it was no big deal. But as you know, with the camper, things just get a little bit more complicated, a little bit heavier.
How's it feel? How does it feel?
Feel good. So we're coming up on Pine Canyon Site 1 right now.
This is where we spent the first night.
Yeah, we couldn't get the same spot twice in a row. So we had to move. I tell you, this road's actually quite a bit smoother with the camper on the truck. This dually is rough on this road empty. It'll jar your teeth out your mouth. But there are some larger rocks and it makes for a bumpy ride.
And there's a few washboards. So it don't fall.
It's on the back? Mm-hmm. It's gonna fall off when we go through them washes.
Should I go grab it? Where should I put it?
In the back seat. got the trash on the back bumper. She's gonna go grab that. We'll be moving along here shortly. Right up here, there's a little bit of an off-camber dip, but it's not a big one. All right, so that was Pine Canyon Road, and you can see it's really not bad. It's just time consuming. Glen Canyon, this is Glen Springs Road, I'm sorry, and it's a bigger road, and it's a little better, but there are some rough spots, and there is some washboarding on it, so you're not gonna be able to make real good time on it either. So for a couple of miles, this road is gonna look just like this. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and we'll start up again when we get to the washes, the steeper parts, so we can show you what that looks like. We've been about a mile down Glen Springs Road now, and we're getting to a more interesting part. And we'll be getting to the first wash, which is really gonna be the hardest part of this road, the most off-road technical part, I guess you could say. And in a regular vehicle, it is not a big deal. Even in my dually, without anything on it, it was very simple. And we made it in with the camper and the bike, so I'm hoping we make it out without an issue.
This is where my stomach was in knots the other day. It seemed really, really off camber, and we were dragging a lot. Let's see how we do. Motorcycle for the most part. Not too shabby. You're good.
Alright, so as I figured, we did drag a little bit, but nothing too bad. And you can see I've got a lot of hangover on this dually, so my approach and departure angles are really bad, but we did it. We got one more to go through. You can certainly bring a larger truck camper here and be just fine. Now here's another camp spot on Glen Canyon Road, Glen Springs, and you can see he's got his little trailer in here, but there is another wash, so I'm sure he had to watch it going through where his trailer connected to his truck. That's Nugent Mountain Camp Spot is what that is. Man, we up to 15 miles an hour. We rolling.
How long have we been driving?
20 minutes so far. It's 9 o'clock. We're approaching the last wash. I don't think this one's quite as steep as the other one, but again, I'm gonna get Kara to get out and film us going through and just watch and make sure everything's okay.
I keep waiting for a javelina to come out of nowhere. I've been looking for one for 2 days now. I haven't seen one.
Well, that was easy.
No drag at all, front or back.
No drag in the front or the back. So the second one on this road coming from the pavement is the steepest one. If you have any kind of thoughts about if your rig will make it, you obviously can see that this is a FX4, but I never did put it in four-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive the whole time, and take your time, and it's gonna be pretty easy. Now this last little climb, if I remember correctly, is just about it. We're almost to the blacktop. So if you're looking to come camping out here in Big Bend National Park, I think even with a larger rig, the Pine Canyon Road is a good option. I only saw 2 other of the campgrounds, and the views are nothing like what you've got here overlooking the mountains on the Mexican side of the border. It's just absolutely stunning. What you think?
This is backcountry camping. It's not a campground. You're not going to have neighbors. The campgrounds that we did see were a lot closer together. Your typical campground. Now, when you do camp in the backcountry, you have to be prepared to not even be able to use your generator, because it is a sound protected environment, they call it. They don't want generator usage at all. So I wouldn't come in the summer, ever.
No.
This was the perfect time to come.
Yeah, it's February right now. It's February right now, and in fact, last night it was about 32 degrees. It was almost freezing. The daytime's real nice.
Now the wind in the canyon will knock your socks off.
Yeah.
We were rocking and rolling last night.
Definitely very windy. I don't know if I said this yet, but this is a dark sky park as well. You will see, just with the binoculars, we were able to see the Andromeda Galaxy. We saw nebula. We saw the moons of Jupiter.
And the Milky Way.
The Milky Way. Man, it was absolutely gorgeous. 10 out of 10. I recommend.
I do too.
Now, no hookups. Bring your own water. So we got, this thing's fully loaded with water. It's heavy. It's like we boondocked for 2 days out here with it. So we didn't travel light with it, right? And we still were able to make it down the road with no issue. Like I said, I got the biggest Arctic Fox they make. It sticks off the back of the truck 4 feet. The motorcycle sticks off the front of the truck 3 feet, and it really takes away from the approach and departure angles, but we were still able to do it. Come out here, man, enjoy this beautiful, beautiful national park.
Yep.
I think Kara and I both agree that camping up here was probably the prettiest place we've ever camped, and we've camped in about 40 states by now. Yep. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel.